The video you're about to see is for historical purposes only. It is an almost daily snippet of 1010 Wins broadcast in New York City and the New York City Metropolitan area. On my morning commute, I listened to this news broadcast and decided to share a snippet of the news for historical purposes. The mission is to record history.
WINS FM and HD1 New York. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Look for hazy sun today. We'll get up around 74 in Midtown, upper 70s in some of the inland suburbs. Coastal suburbs cooler. You're closer to 70, then partly cloudy, 58 tonight. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and warmer, 83 in the city. Real feels could hit 90. It is 56 degrees now, mostly sunny in Central Park. More people get their news from 1010 Wins than from any other radio station in the nation. Phil Pilato is our service aide, Justin Schrager at the editor's desk. I'm Susan Richard.
All news, all the time. This is 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM, New York.
Good morning, 56 with the sunshine at 9 o'clock. I'm Glenn Schuck. Here's what's happening. Big fire at a tire shop in the Bronx, spreading to other buildings overnight. Our Roger Stern, the update from White Plains Road in Soundview coming up. There's been another arrest in the murder of Run DMC's Jam Master Jay. That was from 2 decades ago now. 3 people in all have been charged. An arrest made in the murder of the Sayreville, New Jersey Councilwoman Eunice Juneford. She was murdered back on February 1st. The hard-fought debt ceiling package now heading to the House. Looks like a vote on that will be later on today or tonight. 9 teens arrested in California for beating up members of the Marine Corps. They had told the kids to stop shooting off fireworks near the beach in San Clemente. Checking the sports schedule here from last night. Yankees easily again beating the Mariners 10-2. Mets shut out the Phillies 2-0. And accurate otherwise, hazy sun for the 5 boroughs today. 74s. We're going to head upper 70s, though, for some inland suburbs. Twins News Time, 9:01. Traffic and transit. I know we've had some problems in New Jersey this morning, Karen Stewart.
Yes, and we are getting a little bit better here. Route 280 on the eastbound side. Overturned tractor trailer has managed to be contained over to the shoulder now, west of exit 4, now that the medevac helicopter has left the scene at the Eisenhower Parkway. So we've got lanes available here on Route 280 on the eastbound side. This is the very latest update that just came in about 30 seconds ago. So again, the accident on 280 eastbound with the overturned tractor trailer moved to the shoulder at the Eisenhower at exit 4. Disabled vehicle on northbound 95 local lanes approaching the GW Bridge at 72. We've got a disabled in the right lane there. Eastbound 80, this just came into me, in the express lanes at 66 for Hudson Street in Hackensack. We've got an accident with injuries. 2 lanes are blocked in that area. New England Thruway on the southbound side at 17 in Larchmont. We still have a crash in the left lane there. And on Long Island, the eastbound Southern State at exit 27 for the Wantagh Parkway. We have an accident in the center lane. LIRR is good. We've got southbound A train delays. The northbound 6s are back, and alternate side parking is in effect. And we're sponsored by your local Mazda dealer. The first ever Mazda CX-90 is here. The only 3-row SUV offering the best the performance of an inline 6-turbo engine and craftsmanship of hand-stitched leather interiors. Experience the Mazda CX-90. Visit your local Mazda dealer or MazdaUSA.com for more information. I'm Karen Stewart, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
Wins News Time, 9:02. Big fire overnight in the Soundview section of the Bronx. Let's get an update from the scene on White Plains Road.
The 3 alarmers started in a tire shop, and it took firefighters about 2.5 hours to bring it under control. T. Donnie says you could see it for miles. How big was the fire?
Oh, too big. Lot of fire.
The fire took place near the Cross Bronx Expressway and damaged nearby businesses, including a flower shop owned by Omar's uncle.
He was outside walking his dog, and he just saw smoke and flames.
No word on what caused the fire. There were no serious injuries. Roger Stern, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM in Soundview, the Bronx.
It's news time, 9:03. The third arrest now in connection with the murder of Jam Master Jay of Run DMC. He was killed more than 2 decades ago. Now in custody, 49-year-old Jay Bryant of Queens, charged with murder. 2 other men, Carl Jordan, Ronald Washington, were indicted at the same time 3 years ago after this case was cold for years. Their trial is supposed to begin in January. Jam Master Jay was shot in the head in a studio in Queens. That was back on October 30th, 2002. An arrest has been made now in the murder of Sayreville Councilwoman Eunice Jumfor back in February.
4 months after Sayreville Councilwoman Eunice Jumfor was gunned down, cell phone records and E-ZPass data led detectives to 28-year-old Rashid Ali Bynum.
Bynum was taken into custody outside a residence in Chesapeake City, Virginia, without incident.
The two did appear to know each other, says Middlesex County Prosecutor Yolanda Ciccone.
A search of the victim's phone revealed Bynum as a contact in Eunice Jumfor's phone with the acronym FCF.
Apparently an acronym for a church she was involved with, the Fire Congress Fellowship. Family Representative John Wisniewski says Jumfor's relatives are grateful.
But now they are trying to also understand the relationship, how this person came to target Eunice, what was the rationale.
Steve Burns, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM at the prosecutor's office in New Brunswick.
Sunshine up to 60 now as we're headed to 74. When's news time? 9:05. An intense manhunt underway for a man who murdered his pregnant girlfriend and then killed his ex-wife 2 weeks later, all here in New York. Wanted 35-year-old Timothy Taylor. He's been on the run. His girlfriend, Teresa Gregg, 2 months pregnant, found stabbed to death May 13th inside an apartment in Brooklyn she had shared with Taylor. And now this past Sunday, police in Schenectady, upstate, saying Taylor's ex-wife, Tashawn Folks Taylor, was found dead in her home there, and cops believe Taylor did it. The U.S. Marshals offering a $5,000 reward now. In the photo of Taylor, we're going to put it up on our website at 1010wins.com. The bipartisan deal to raise the debt ceiling and limit government spending passing a critical test in Congress last night. It came out of the House Rules Committee, despite some opposition.
A deal brokered by President Biden and House Speaker Kevin McCarthy heads to the House floor after clearing a critical procedural vote in the Rules Committee Tuesday. It would raise the nation's borrowing limit through early 2025 in exchange for spending caps. The Congressional Budget Office projects it would reduce spending by $1.5 trillion over the next decade. At least 24 Republicans say they'll vote no on the final bill because it doesn't do enough to rein in spending. Progressive Democrats are also concerned about stricter work requirements for those on government assistance. Republicans held a closed-door meeting to rally support for the bill, while White House officials will brief House Democrats later this morning.
This is a 99-page bill. It restricts spending for the next 2 years and suspends the debt ceiling until 2025. We told you about a back crash Sunday that happened between an MTA bus and cars that left 14 people hurt at New Lots in Essex. That's in East New York. Later today, there'll be a rally to demand improved safety for that intersection. We spoke with council member Charles Barrett.
That is a dangerous intersection. It was reported to the Department of Transportation 2021, 2020. We've been calling on and off. We're looking into it. We look on their website. They have approved a traffic signal there and haven't done it yet.
Now, we did get a response from the DOT on this. They say that they're working on the situation and that it will be finalized. And they're examining, of course, based on what happened here at this accident. When's news time? 9:07. Well, he made a run back against Donald Trump. You'll remember in 2016, it looks like he's back. Former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, we're told now, is expected to launch his second campaign for the Republican nomination for president. Where will he do that? Now, according to reports here, Governor Christie, the former governor, will launch that in New Hampshire. Planning to make the announcement at a town hall Tuesday evening at St. Anselm's. That's in New Hampshire. So again, repeating, there have been rumors of this. Former Governor Chris Christie of New Jersey expected to launch his second campaign for the Republican nomination for president. He'll do that at the announcement in New Hampshire. Stay with 1010 Wins and 92.3 FM. We will follow that story. Wins News Time, 9:08. House Republicans considering charging the FBI director, they say, with contempt of Congress. Why? For not complying, they say, with a subpoena. They want records involving Joe Biden.
A number of House Republicans who ignored subpoenas from their own January 6th committee are now threatening legal action against FBI Director Christopher Wray for doing the same thing. Wray says the records Republicans want involve ongoing investigations. House Republicans looking for evidence to prove their claims of financial wrongdoing by President Biden with his son Hunter. FBI Director says he's working to give them what he legally can.
That report from Andy Field in Washington. And now this message, injured, call D'Agostino and Associates personal injury law firm, 888-24-LAW-24. With the sun, we're up to 60 now, headed to 74. Wins News Time 909.